Hi everybody, it's Jen. I am here with my craft rooms, the beginnings of my craft room tour, as it were, since I moved from my upstairs to my basement. Now my basement is not a finished basement. It is nothing fancy. It is nothing particularly pretty, but it is functional. So that's all I need. I'm not a girly girl. I'm not real frilly. So I'm pretty practical and bare bone, so I'm pretty low maintenance. But before I get started on that, I wanted to share with you my brain freeze. So I was doodling along and doing my thing, and I busted out my spellbinders thing, and I got in my what is that machine I have? It's a Cuttlebug. So I put it in the Cuttlebug, I run it through, and I pop it out, and I was just flabbergasted at my own stupidity, because I was trying to emboss something or cut something that was obviously too thin for the Cuttlebug, so I needed a shim, right? So I put a shim in. Well, me and my not thinking, I put in my rubber mat, right? And this is how my rubber mat came out. Because I didn't put it on the outside of the cutter. I put it on the inside, so I just cut it off. So this is the result of my stupidity. So I don't know if I can do anything with this or not, but I'm certainly keeping it here as a reminder not to be so ridiculous and think about what I'm doing. So on with this craft tour. Okay, so I moved from my upstairs to down in my basement, as I just said, because the ceiling in my room upstairs was angled. So all I could do was stand up and walk in a straight line right out of the room, which was not conducive to anything, because I had to duck every time I went one way or the other. And, my craft desk is pretty big, so, and naturally I have it covered with stuff. So, I will get started. Where am I going to start? I guess I'll start at my desk and kind of work my way around. My desk has all my goodies on it, and I keep like my embosser and my scrub pads and Stamp-A-Majig and stuff there, my tool caddy, and I keep all my distress inks down here, and the pouncers there. And then here is like glues and adhesives and spritzes and cleaners and whatnot, just at the ready. And then I have this little mail holder that I put all my acrylic blocks in. So I have that. And then I have the cup of crazy, my little bits and pieces parts of things, and my baby wipes. And then behind this I have the shoe box. It's really a shoe holder that I got from Lowe's. And that has just all kind of miscellaneous glue dots and Xyrons and, I don't know, glimmer mists and spritzes and paints and things like that in there. I'm sorry, I'm tired. As you could tell, I'm usually tired when I talk to you. And I would be remiss if I didn't say, here is Susie Crafter's tag here. And then here's Bridget's tag up here. And then above this, I have all my Copics. And then I have my ink sponges. And then over here I have, these are projects for altering. Those are Tim Holtz shadow boxes. And that's just a frame I'm going to do. And then those are the stick pins that I've been doing. And then moving around, I've got, these are all acrylic stamps in CDs. But I don't know if they're going to stay there or not. And you'll see why later. And then moving around, hold on, I'm going to come over here and turn a light on. It's pretty dim on this side. I've got my Stampin' Up! Inks, and then I've got my color-coded paper, because I'm anal like that. And then down here, which is right beside my desk, those are all rub-ons or some sort of embellishment. And then here's my button caddy right under there. And then between these two things, I keep my project boxes. And you'll see what those are in a minute. And then the next thing over, I have these industrial racks. I think I got these at Target. a while ago, and I have several in my basement altogether, but this is the one that I have over here. So I keep all my watercolors, paints, watercolor paints, and brushes. That's what I meant. Not the paints, but the brushes themselves, and pastels and things, and chalks up there as I run. And then down here I have, hold on. Here I have, well, maybe this will be better. These are all metal embellishments, Tim Holtz stuff, charms, frames, what have you. I have envelopes here. I have paper tape here. This is either projects that I want to do but aren't pressing. And underneath here is that postcard book that I showed you guys earlier. And then paper heaven. I've got paper, and paper, and paper. So that is all paper. And then, if I didn't have enough paper there, I have, this is where I keep all my Graphic 45, because I love that paper. And I'm so in love with it that I keep it there because it's handier to find. So then coming around, I've got the great wall of plastic containers that are full of stuff. So those are those two. The top one is hardware, glue sticks, those kinds of things. So any hardware that I might need is there. Then I've got the Wild Orchid Crafts bin, and the Wild Orchid Crafts bin, and the I Am Roses bin. Well, they're all kind of intermixed here, these three. And then I keep vintage embellishments here. No, I don't. Yes, I do. This is vintage embellishments and Oriental or Asian embellishments here. Crimpers here. Miscellaneous tools there. Vintage ephemera here. Oh, what's in here? More vintage ephemera. Can't get enough of that, apparently. This is just miscellaneous flowers, and there are some wild orchids in here. Miscellaneous flowers, and then my little butterflies are in there. And then down here are paper flowers and all that kind of stuff. Then I have the basket of mishmash. These are all pieces, parts, things I want to use, just small strips of whatever, things I have in mind for projects, pieces of older projects, but I don't want to throw them out. Like I have a bunch of stamped images, as you see. This one is all, well, liquids and powders, I guess, is the best way to put it. This drawer has all my stickles and my Adirondack alcohol inks. Those are all in there. The next drawer down is all embossing. The whole entire bloody drawer is nothing but embossing. Next is more embossing, but this is more UT. I do have diamond dust in here. I have white embossing powder. And then I have some jewels in there too that I just don't have a place for yet. I'm working on it. And here is all my Lindy's and my homemade glimmer mists and actual glimmer mists, because somehow I acquired some. A couple, not much. And then this is all Lindy's and mica powders. There's mica powders from Postal Sense in here. So there's mica powders and magical micas and some metallic paste, stencil paste, and Pearl-Ex. My little Pearl-Exes are in here. So this is I guess this is the shimmer glimmer drawer. And then down here I have all glitter. The whole thing's glitter. So that's that. Then there were some built-in shelves when I moved here. And I think this summer I'll probably paint them and do some stuff on the ceiling, because the ceiling's completely unfinished and it's a 100-and-some-year-old house. So I'll just kind of pan across. The very top shelf, which I'm showing you now, that's all of it is stuff to alter. All of it. Because, you know, apparently I don't have enough of that either. And then that's just extra stuff. And I actually organized my ribbon by boxes. So I'm pretty happy with that. And then here I have, in this bin here, I have fabrics and fibers. And in this bin here is all, I can't even see what I'm doing right now. This bin here is all laces and trims. So that's that. Then I've got my clear stamps are on the top in the second shelf of this stackable unit. And then that shelf is all brads and eyelets. And then I've got my crocodile and my light board. And then on the bottom I have the punchinello and some paper ribbon. So that's that. Then on this other shelf, besides the altering stuff here, then I've got all my Stampin' Up! Wooden stamps. And then this shelf is all wooden stamps too, but then that's all wooden stamps of sets. And then under here are all, this is kind of organized. These ones are organized by type, like background, holiday, sayings. And then I've got my rollers in this box. And then on this one, this next shelf down, this is a box going out to someone. I'm not going to say who it is, but that's what's going on. This shelf is all paints and adhesives and sprays and things of that nature. So that's all that. And then the rest is just my house storage. Okay, over here we've got the alterable up here. And then this is all backup stuff. Like Christmas, holidays. This is all holidays. That's the word I'm looking for. That's all holiday stuff. So when I need a holiday out, I just break out the box. And then I can put it away quite easily. So I was pretty happy about that idea. I don't know. I'm going to move you. I'm just going around this light post, but I'm going to go in a weird direction. Okay, so here is this table here. Now, eventually, this will have my crocodile on, or not my crocodile, but my cricket. And I'm going to talk really fast now. And I got this glue gun, and it's a hybrid. So you could put batteries in it and take it with you, or you could plug it in. Love it. Loving that. This I keep like random tools in. There's an iron, the iRock, or what it is. It's whatever. Whatever. It does that. My Martha Stewart circle cutter. This is my spray box. Now, okay, girls, am I crazy? But Stampin' Up! Is selling a cardboard box for $5 as a spray catcher. Alright, really? What's the matter with the cardboard that the product came in? You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know how many of those they're selling. But anyway, that's my spray box. And then these are my project boxes. So, whatever project I have going on at the time, if I finished it, come on, if I don't finish it, then it goes in a box. So, right now I'm working on a tapestry of Pabst cans for my friend whose favorite beer is Pabst and owns a bar. So, it'll hang on the wall at the bar when I'm all done, said and done with it. But I'm just cutting these out. And then I have clothespins and stuff in this box. And then I have the project for my brother in this box. So I have that working. Okay, then over here these are all my Stampin' Up! Clear mount, which I'm happy about. So look how little space that takes up, as opposed to that entire shelf over there. And then I have this is an old CD rack. And so I have all my punches on that. And then I have a desk right here. And here my Cuttlebug and my Cuttlebug folders and die cuts and all those kinds of things are in this area. And under here is paper, and back behind there is all sorts of stuff to give away. So you can look forward to a giveaway or 2 or 3. I have stuff, and this is my beautiful dog who I love to pieces parts. You want to go bye-byes? Oh, look at that face. So anyway, I wish you all a happy new year. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later. Bye. Hugs and squishes.